Hi, Gemini. Welcome to Working with Resonance. I'm Cal, and we are doing a general tarot reading for you right now. Hope you're traveling okay. Thank you for being here. We're jumping straight in to your reading right now. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Knight of Cups. Daydreaming. Potentially. Daydreaming for something better, something different, something not this. Not this. Well, you're about to have a little bit of a surprise, Gemini, because the fates are listening, and you're about to discover that there is more than you thought available to you. I've cast Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Pentacles. There's more to the story here. There's a depth here that you weren't expecting. If you were dealing with someone who's immature, who's very idealistic, a little bit naive, go with the flow, doesn't seem to have much of a care in the world or interest in anything except their own adventures, then you're potentially going to find a little bit of depth that you weren't expecting. But this is going to also bring some stuff to the surface for you, Gemini, with the Fool. To begin with, with the Fool to begin with, seeing things differently, seeing things through new eyes, finding that depth, but at the same time, finding a sense of freedom. There's some beyond awareness release, it feels here. There's so many different ways of presenting here, Gemini, because it also feels like you've been dealing with your younger self, what led you here. And in working through that, it feels like you've then come to the core and discovered a whole other side of you. Four of Swords. Yeah. Time for healing, time for balance, time for soul path activation. The old era is over and a new one is beginning. It's interesting. The Four of Swords is the healing, but I kind of feel like it's not really in your conscious awareness. You're probably going to notice more the balance in the external through the Six of Pentacles. But no sooner do you balance than the new activations come through. Soul path activation with the Ace of Wands and the activation for a new manifestation with the Ace of Pentacles. Let me just confirm for me if this is actually two separate persons. No, just a moment. Just the one. It's just you, Gemini. Falling in love with you. Holding things very close to your chest, it feels as well. You're not really sharing this, whatever is your experience at the moment with too many people. It doesn't really feel like that so much from a defense mechanism, like trying to protect yourself. It just feels like it's just unfolding, and that's how it is. You're not really worried about analysing it with anybody or mulling it over. Instead, sitting in the resonance of you as you discover your wholeness and falling in love with you. It feels like you have had experiences where um, they present bullying, but it's not. I'm not sure that that's quite the right vibration of it. But um, there is a repeated verbal pattern, it feels, that has left you questioning your self-image or your aspects of self. And this is kind of a repeated pattern across the cohort at the moment. There's other readings that this is presented into. So these aspects of self have been, you've taken then that on, that they're not worthy or they're not okay. You've continued that on, putting them away, hiding them away, not allowing them to have a voice. It feels like there's now some kind of experience presenting here for you. Oh, yeah. There's now some kind of experience presenting here where the evidence of your own experience now says, actually, there's nothing wrong with me. Queen of Wands. Nothing wrong with you, Gemini. No, nothing wrong with you at all. Queen of Wands, very, very powerful. She knows who she is. She knows what she is. She knows her body. She knows her sensuality. She knows her power. She knows her passion, and she knows her purpose. And it feels like you're all getting a glimpse of that. Gemini, there's more here than what you thought. All right, that's starting to make sense now. Nine of Cups representing the storylines and narratives in regards to your identity. And the depth that you're discovering is you. You have the Wheel of Fortune, thank you, on both decks. The Wheel of Fortune and the Fool. Yeah, this is a complete reset, brand new beginning, leaving everything that you know behind. And it's a journey of rediscovery, it feels. Rediscovery yourself, rediscovering you. Anything else? No? Right. Anything else over here? These activations are happening at the moment over this coming week. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So we've had the solar activations and source codes that brought through are now activating through the rest of the new moon portal, and then through pretty much almost until full moon. However, how it actually manifests for you, Gemini, is dependent on your own personal frequency, your own personal set of circumstances. But what it's presenting here is a rediscovery of self. Yeah, moving out of the fear, moving out of the fear, moving out of the externalization of things as well. So starting to get really accountable for how you are, how you feel. It's no longer anyone else's fault because you've just learned that everything that you've taken on from the external isn't true for you. So it's just like, right, it's not true for me, so I'm no longer afraid of it. Nine of Swords, Five of Pentacles, leaving that behind and moving into the High Priestess, knowing your worth instinctively, knowing. And the connection with your physical self grows from there. But in the scope of this particular reading, it's that discovery of depth of self, reconnecting, rediscovering just how amazing you are, Gemini. All right, there you go. That's your reading for today. I hope it helps in some way. Thank you so much for being here. Lots and lots of love, Gemini. I'll see you again soon.